How are you good people? Welcome back again to my channel. I know it's been a while since I did a video. One thing with me is that I love fixing things. Ever since I was a kid, I loved going through electronics, opening them up, sometimes damaging them. And with this, I learn a lot because you try finding solutions in things that other people cannot. And this blender was donated to me by a friend a few days ago. And I realized that the blender itself ran. It's made in Italy. It's an old-fashioned blender, so it's a really good quality piece. But what I realized upon putting the jug on top and putting it on is that that part and that part does not connect perfectly, so it doesn't blend as it should be. And what I noticed, as you can see, is that this part is worn out because of the wear and tear. And that is what I'm going to be fixing today. I'm going to be seeing how I can make adjustments so that this blender can run again. And since I don't have a blender in the studio, then while I'm working, I can prepare my favorite banana yogurt smoothie. So stay tuned, and I hope you learned something about fixing stuff and not just discarding them. So normally, you might ask what I do with things that get donated to me is that I sort through them as I was doing with this, and I found that it worked. But those that don't work, like this jug, which I think was a nut grinder, which is really rusted and it cannot work anymore. So I just sort out things that I can reuse. So that metallic part goes into my artwork. You'll be seeing it in one of my sculptures. Whereas this piece of plastic does not go to waste. It goes straight into my plastic bag, which has other plastic pieces that I have been collecting at home. And I will go to the junkyard, which is just 5 minutes from my studio, and I'll sell this off, which I'll get 25 shillings per kg, which it's a good return instead of just dumping it. So let's go, let's fix this blender. Okay, so we begin by measuring the inside of that part and see the measurement that it has. So that has a 3.35 centimeters height. And then let's measure the outside part of the jug, which goes into that other indent, and this is a 3.15 centimeters. And also, what also we consider is the part that is worn out, which has to be like a 0.2 centimeters. So I would say if we can cut a difference of 0.3 centimeters, that would work. So what we are going to do is we are going to measure out 0.3 centimeters from that edge inside, so around that part, and we are going to cut that out, and I'm believing that should be enough adjustment for our blender to work perfectly. Make sure the cable is away from you so that you don't cut it, and disconnect it from the mains to avoid any injuries. So there you have it. We've cut off the 0.3 centimeters piece. That should be sufficient enough for that part of the blender to connect perfectly with the rotating structure. So make sure you just dust away the extra pieces of plastic. Okay, so here comes the moment of truth. And after cutting out that piece from the blender, and already as I input it, I feel it's tighter. So my prayer and hope is that it will work. So guys, what we want is for that part to rotate without stopping once I press the button, once I switch the button on, and let's go. Yes! It worked. It finally worked. The trick worked. So guys, if you have a blender that is worn out, then you know what to do. So the next step, of course, it's going to be now, I'm going to disconnect the parts because the blender has not been used for a long time, so it has to be dirty. I'm going to disconnect it, clean the parts, and replace the parts, and then I'm going to make my banana yogurt smoothie. So note that as you are disconnecting the parts, make a note of what you've disconnected, like these washers, and place them where you can find them afterwards so that you replace them. Scrub every bit of the jug and the parts so that you remove any food remnants that have been there, and then you rinse it with some hot water to just remove all the germs. And then you dry the jug where you are connecting the parts in, and then you can also add some lubricant so that your blender works optimally well. Well, and once you've done that, now we are ready to blend our banana yogurt smoothie. And I've done a video on this, so if you don't know the procedure, then just check my previous videos under the folder of food, healthy eating. So upon putting the bananas and some yogurt in the blender, it performed very well, as you can see, blending it to a smooth texture. And I left some yogurt. I used up half of the yogurt, and maybe I'll use up the next one to create more later on. And I added some cinnamon to spice it up. And there you go. I have my smoothie finally ready and yummy. Delicious. So guys, that was it. And if you don't know, I have already done a video on how you can create your own banana yogurt smoothie. It's very simple, it's affordable, and you can make use of the ripened bananas you have at home. But most importantly, in this video, I managed to fix the blender that was not working. And it's a big win for me because I get to prepare the crazy banana or any other fruit smoothie that I would want in the studio. And in addition, I can also create some really interesting recipes to post in my YouTube channel. Guys, if you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing so that I get to share more videos like this on how you can easily fix some of the items you have at home instead of throwing them into the dustbin and going ahead and investing top dollar on new gadgets. You can fix them and extend the life. Then the plastic doesn't end up in our environment. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Mm.